Welcome back to another Dave's Diary entry. This is still all within the umbrella of the workshop series in fact, we're not going into the workshop. Walk this way. This is outside my workshop. Now this is something that really caught me by surprise. I replaced the roof of the garage there a number of years ago, and happy as Larry, I thought it was completely waterproof. Well, it is. No leaks whatsoever. However, along here is of course, the correct amount of overhang for the roofing line, but also building paper, or the roofing underlay is a better way of saying it. What I have done, to my knowledge correctly, is extended it out so that any condensation or leaks, as a word, but condensation can drain into the gutter. However, I was a bit mortified when inside I'd actually seen the purlins. They had some like black, discoloration. It wasn't mould, but it was discoloration, and I thought, well, how's that possible? And I looked a wee bit closer, and the underlay, which is the white stuff that you can see there, the underlay was actually wet. And I thought, oi, that's not supposed to happen. So upon investigation, I thought the only thing that could be happening is the water is dripping off the edge of the roofing on, wetting the underlay and wicking back inside by a good, let me think, a couple of 100 millimeters. And I thought, that's going to be a bit tricky to fix, and I haven't fixed it for the last year or so, and now I've taken the opportunity to do it. What I'm going to have to do is to cut back the underlay, and hopefully it won't get wet when the water drips off when it's raining, and then wick back up inside to cause deterioration of the inside structure, which is exactly the thing I take a little bit of pay attention to and a little bit of pride to, getting that sort of stuff right. This is a new one on me. Too much overhang on the underlay is seemingly, or it's the type of underlay. The old tar paper type underlay, building paper, roofing paper, didn't seem to have that same problem, and I'm wondering whether it was naturally hydrophobic and the water would shed off, wouldn't wick up. This being a woven underlay, so roofing is a proper self-supporting underlay, I'm making the question, has it got that wicking capillary, but the wicking feature to it that causes the problem I'm talking about? So I'm going to have to go, it's a bit of a mission getting the gutter off, but I'm going to have to go along, cut the paper back and reinstall the gutter and see whether it's fixed that particular problem. I add it now simply because, well, I might as well, and I had no easy solution to it. You can't reach underneath with the gutter installed, so you've got to remove the gutter to get to the paper to cut it. Yeah, a bit of a nuisance, but that was one of the Dave's Diary entries, the sort of thing that you get thrown a curveball every now and then, and you've got to come up with a working solution to it. So my working solution is cut it back, put the gutter back on, and fingers crossed. Now I'll just turn the lights on, not that that's probably add a heck of a lot, but I've actually got the purlin that I'm talking about. They are actually old 140mm purlin. So that one there might be 140 and cut down, but over there you might be able to see the discoloration on the purlin itself. Well, discoloration could quite easily turn to rot, and that would then be a little bit of an issue for a brand new building. So, relatively brand new building. So, yeah, that's a new one on me. The roofers might be aware of it, or not, I don't know. That's their industry. But normally you have a certain amount of overhang, I can't remember whether it's between 50 to 80 mil or 50 to 70 mil overhang of the roofing on, past the point of the fascia, so that it allows the gutter to drop, rather the iron to drop into and be covered by the gutter. Too short, wind and surface tension may allow the water to track back up and inside, missing the gutter effectively. Too long, well, then you can't really clear the gutter out if it needs cleaning, and there's a chance that depending on how the gutter's set up, the roofing iron might not discharge all of its water into the gutter, and all these sorts of permutations. The building paper one, or the underlay one, is a new one on me, so never stop learning, do you? And I'm only making a suggestion that that's what it is. Too much hanging into the gutter, around about the same length as the roofing iron itself, so in my case between 60 and 70 millimeters, and that could be a problem. Just a thought, but now I have to solve the damn thing, and it's on my place. So that's the learning opportunity I take. Not that I intend to do any roofing anytime soon or ever in the future, but that was one. And the fact that it's a different type of underlay, so it's probably one of the best underlays you can get. It's very, very heavy duty woven fabric, and yeah, it's not tar like the old bitumen based or tar based building paper, so quite a different animal, and with different physical properties. So yeah, just a thought. So yeah, I'm just including that before I come back into the workshop and do something more workshoppy. Okay, that's it. Better get and cut that paper back and get the gutter back on before it rains, which, whoops, sorry about bang. Luckily I don't have to worry about that for a few days. Rightio, that's it. Better get some work done. Okay, see you later. Bye.